Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and to a new episode of the Montreal Canadiens franchise mode in NHL 20. The first of my series without Carey Price or Shea Weber. We made some big trades, big moves in the past episode or two, and here is the team right now. Here are the lines. Jesperi Kotkaniemi, 90 overall at 23, medium elite potential, along with Jonathan Drouin at 85, and Cole Caulfield, medium franchise at 90 overall at 22. He grew like crazy, even grew from high elite to franchise. Max Domi at 87 there. A couple of young guys down the middle, Trevor Wong, medium elite, 84 at 20. Shane Wright, 83 at 19, medium elite as well. We brought back Max Pacioretty. We have Brendan Gallagher down on the wing with Elias Lindholm. Then Yoel Armia, Philip Dano, 84. And Miles Wood for that toughness on the fourth line. So we have an 84 plus on every line. 285s in this line, an 85 and 87. 290s on line number one. This line actually has a +1, making these two guys 91s. This line has a +3, making Trevor Wong an 87, Pacioretty an 88, and Max Domi a 90. So we technically have 390 overalls on the team. Defense is absolutely stacked. Romanov and Damon Severson there. They have a +1. Severson's an 87. Romanov a 91. Jacob Churcher there with Victor Mete. And then we got Philip Myers and Axel Anderson. Kind of like a Moncton connection. Anderson, Moncton Wildcats player. Philip Myers from the Moncton area in real life. Churcher and Mete, they have a +1. Myers and Anderson as well. Churcher here, medium elite potential at 25. He could still grow. Romanov there, medium elite. 90 overall at 23. Incredible defenseman. And in goal, our new goaltender, exact elite potential, Thatcher Demko, 85 at 27. I'm hoping he can grow even higher. Caden Primo, 82 at 24, a solid backup. In the AHL, we have Marcus Samsonov, a Russian goaltender, high elite potential. I'm hoping this is his last year in the AHL. He can grow. He's actually not Russian. He's Belarusian, which is pretty cool because our Atlantic Navigators franchise mode, if you guys watched that, our goaltender, Boris Korosin, was from Belarus as well. So kind of goes full circle here. But again, he is pretty good. We got him second overall in 2021. He had a decent year last year, 28-16 with 6 shutouts. Just hoping he can get over that bump and grow hopefully to an 80 overall. Michael McNiven has been our backup in Laval since the franchise mode started. The lineup for Laval is looking very, very solid. I'm hoping this team can get a Calder Cup. Shore, Walmart, Marcotti, line number 1. Then Pitlick, Iafallo, Bodker, Barber, Wheel, and Fitzpatrick. Line number 4, Di Giuseppe, Fonstad, and Verbeek. So our lowest overall is 72. I have him on the third line just to help with the chemistry. He's also a medium bottom 6 potential. Hoping he can grow. So our HLT is looking great. Defense is extremely good. 74-77, Fairbrother and Olofsson. Fairbrother, medium top 6 potential there. Then we got Luke Shen and Brett Kulak, kind of like a veteran presence. As well as Michael Delzato and Jordan Osterel. So they have a +3. So making Osterel here a 81 on the third pairing, as well as Delzato. These guys 80, 79, 78, 75. So it's kind of funny how their rating goes up while you go down the list. But these guys are younger, 22. And I want them to grow a bit more. So that's the lineup in Laval. I'm going to show the special teams for NHL quickly. Trevor Wong, Kotkaniemi, Gallagher. That's actually like the automatic. Let me see if I can change it. I think I'm going to keep it similar to that. I'm going to make a few changes here. I'm actually want to move Caulfield. I think I'm going to keep it like this. We got Romanov, Caulfield at the point. Wong, KK, Gallagher. Second pairing, second unit, Lindholm, Wright, Domi, Drouin, Severson. I could honestly probably move Lindholm for Pacioretty. Lindholm is 87 shot. Yeah, Pacioretty 91, 92. I'm going to put Pacioretty there on the power play as well. And hopefully that works out. As for penalty kill, we got Philip Dano with his 90 overall face-off there, taking the draw. So we're going to go into the season and hopefully we can have a playoff appearance. We did miss out by 2 points in a past episode. We've got champion team status. Here we go. We're going to start off the preseason. The Montreal Canadiens are looking for a 25th Stanley Cup. 30 years after their last cup in 1993. We are in 2023. So, again, 30 years after looking to win the cup. Alexander Romanov, 4 goals and 9 assists in the preseason. You absolutely love to see that. If Alexander Romanov can even bump over that 90 threshold, go like a 91, that would be sick for a defenseman. I don't think I've ever had a defenseman that really stood out like Alexander Romanov. I made him medium elite, and he just absolutely took off. So we're starting the year away. We're starting off against the Islanders in Long Island and playing the Senators division matchup. This is our 5th season in the franchise mode already, so I'm looking to go soon through the NHL. Probably in the next episode, going to go through every single team and see how the NHL is shaping up, how it looks 5 years after. A lot of players have moved teams. Here we are in Long Island after 1. We're actually down 2-0. Oliver Wahlstrom and Hathaway score, and Thatcher Demko. He scored with 5 seconds left. Not a good start for Demko. We got to bounce back. There's one. Alexander Romanov on Henrik Lundqvist, who's still playing in the NHL. He won the Vezina last year. I believe it was with the Blue Jackets. He's in Long Island, so he's played for both New York teams. Wow, Lundqvist is now like 42 or something. He's still playing. Bello scores on Demko. We got a 5-on-3 power play. We can't even capitalize on a 5-on-3. Henrik Lundqvist standing on his head, and we dropped the first game of the year 3-1 against the New York Islanders. Our coach, Silas Molson, we had him throughout the entire franchise mode, and he actually still has a team fit over 60, which is great to see. Can we bounce back against Ottawa? 4-0 win. There you go, a big shutout. I'm not sure if that was Primo or Demko. A 6-3 win against the Sabres, 5-2 against the Canucks. Those are the Habs that I want to see. They absolutely woke up. Lost 3 in a row, but we bounced back against the Oilers. Lost against the Sabres there. Lost against the Blue Jackets. We have a losing record, 4-6. It slows him against the Bruins, but if the team doesn't start winning soon, I may have to do a couple of line changes. Start with that. Let's beat the Bruins after 1-0, and that is Jesperi Kotkaniemi. 90 overall, first line center, scores on Tuukka Rask. And I actually heard that Tuukka Rask might contemplate retirement in real life after next season where his contract ends. So definitely an interesting topic to keep track of next year with Tuukka and the Bruins. Period number 2, Max Pacioretty scores for the Habs. You'll love to see that. Just like good old days. And then Brad Marchand on Primo, who we started in net. We're shooting them 27-15. And there's the insurance marker. Cole Caulfield and Tuukka Rask, former 60-goal scorer, 2-time Rocket Richard winner in back-to-back years. We're actually before last in the division, but it's still very early. The teams are pretty close one another. We'll simply just a few weeks at a time and see if that big win against our rival can spark the team. We're only 5 points away from second in the division, so it's pretty close still. 2-1 loss against the Rangers. We got to bounce back here playing out west. 7-6 shootout loss. I mean, our defense is strong. We have a pretty good goaltender in Demko. Our forwards are stacked. The coach has a good coaching chemistry. I honestly don't know what else I could do for this team to help them. I mean, Oscar Klefbom, 4th and the 5th for Drouin. I'm going to say no to that. Shootout losses, 7-4 win. So we got a couple of shootout losses where you at least got a point. We're still under 500. And there's a big trade. 2 firsts once again, this time for Lindholm from the Avalanche. They're 9-7. They're listed as a contender. Lindholm only has 5 points in 18 games so far. And maybe I'm gonna have to make a move at some point. Not gonna make a move right now, but getting closer to the trade deadline. I don't know if I'll have to make a move in coaching staff or with the lines, but we get 2 wins in a row there. If we go on a big winning streak, we can go right back at near the top. 3 wins in a row in a shootout loss, so that's points in 5 straight games. Loss against the Lightning there. Come on, guys. 21 points in the division so far. 6-3 win. 5-2 win. There you go. We're starting to win a lot of games now. We got to keep it going. Can we win against the Panthers 5-3? All right, the wins are starting to come up. We've won 5 or 6 games in the past couple of weeks. The first and Ryan McDonough for Elias Lindholm. That's an interesting trade. That first will be a late pick. There is a champion. McDonough only an 81, making 6.7. That's definitely not a trade I want to make with Tampa. A big shutout against the Capitals. So the team has started to win. Look at that. So we won 3 games that week, 3 games this week. So we won 7 out of our last 9 games. There you go. Points in 8 of our last 9. The team has started to win a lot. We're 29 points in the start of December. And there you go. We're actually playing the Vegas Golden Knights. So it's going to be Max Pacioretty's return to Vegas. Actually, it's in Montreal, but against his former team. We're definitely going to have to slow sim that one. Playing against the Maple Leafs, a win against the Lightning in overtime. There you go. 4-2 loss against the Maple Leafs. Glad we beat Tampa. They're a big, strong team in our division. 7-3 against the Panthers. Then we get a point against the Sabres here. At least we're well over 500, which I like to see. We can ride on that momentum from November into December. That would be fantastic. The Sens and the Bruins 7-3 against the Sens, but we lose against Boston there. Playing against the Vegas Golden Knights, they have a pretty bad record. Former defending Stanley Cup champions. They gave us Max Pacioretty. Let's see if we can beat them here. Peer number 1. Mark Stone on Caden Primo. Caden Primo is in net. I wonder if he's actually our starter, if it's just a back-to-back. Byfield, Tuck, and Stone. Pacioretty scores on his former team. 4-1 loss. I gotta check out goaltending, guys, because the way it's going, I think we honestly may have Caden Primo as our starter. Over an 85 overall exact elite potential goaltender. I had Demko in the starting position. I don't know if assistant coach changed him or what happened, but Thatcher Demko so far only played 27 games, 15-10. Caden Primo played in 9 games. So I'm going to put Demko as our starter, guys. Don't know what happened there. The computers seem to play our backup. Pacioretty, 37 points in 35 games, 22 goals, leading the team. Wow. Domi there. Caulfield with 21 goals. Wong with 31 points in 35 games, 84 overall. Romanov 30 and 35 plus 7. KK there 30 and 35. Drouin, Severson, Shane Wright 19 points for him. Only 3 goals, but a lot of assists. There you go. Those are the rest of the stats. Philip Myers doesn't have a goal. Mitty and Anderson have 2. Dino and Armia have 1. And in goal, like I mentioned earlier, like they were pretty much splitting the games. 3-3 for Primo exactly. 9-11 save percentage at 256 goals against for Demko. I think he can improve on that. Let's just keep going and sim up a couple more weeks at a time. Gonna go through this season probably fairly quickly. It's our 5th season under franchise mode. I'm looking for a Stanley Cup. Hopefully this is the year. That's a pretty massive trade. Torrey Krug, couple of seconds, but I don't want to give up KK. He's worth more. Never going to trade him to the Boston Bruins. 6-1 win against the Avalanche and a 5-1 win against the Rangers. There you go. 11 goals in 2 games. 15 goals in 3 games. 21 goals in 5 games. The team is absolutely on fire in the past couple of games. We're in the first wildcard spot, so we actually went up in the standings. Then we lose against the Senators. The way this is going, I think it's probably going to be a close finish. Just like last year, I would really like to be on top and be in a comfortable place in the top of the division, but those losses just keep coming. Come on, 7-2 win against the Panthers. Going to simulate all the way to the end of January, and then we'll be looking at the lines, and I'll see if there's anything I could possibly do to help improve it. 9-2 win against the Boston Bruins. There you go. That's how you respond. 7-2 and 9-2 we score. 16 goals in 2 games. Then we lose 2 of our next 3. That's the thing with this team. It's not really consistent. For some reason, they'll win they'll score like almost 20 goals in 2 games and then they'll lose 3 in a row. So Pacioretty has 30 goals in 49 games, 53 points. Definitely has a chance to hit 50. Caulfield 27. It's a bit of a bad year. I mean, not a bad year, but kind of like an off year for him. Domi point per game. Caulfield almost a point per game. KK there. Romanov doing well. Shane Wright doing good as well as Trevor Wong. That's good to see for sure. I'm going to see if I can make a couple of line changes just to try to spark something with the team, because as for the guys that we have, there's really not a lot I could do. This line's doing well. Maybe if I'll move Pacioretty to the first line. Still have a +1, +3 on the second line. I think I'm going to keep it like that. Wonder if I move Lindholm there. No, I think it's good like this. I'm going to just do that one change, move Pacioretty to the first line. As for defense, not really a lot I could do here. I think I'm going to keep it like that. And in goal, we still have Demko as our starter. Hopefully, just a subtle line change can help spark the team. All right, I'm actually going to try to make a big trade with the Edmonton Oilers here. I'm going to try to get Jesse Puljujarvi. 1 year left on his deal, so he'd be basically like a rental for this year. 25 points in 51 games, so not bad. He's only 25, low elite potential, 84 overall. I'm going to try to give away Yoel Armia and Miles Wood, 2 guys that are on our fourth line, just not producing. I can move up one guy from the minors to replace one of them, and Puljujarvi will be the last piece, making only $4.5 million as a low elite, 84 overall. Not bad at all. Gonna try to bring in part of the deal Cameron Hargrave. He's a medium elite goaltender, 18 years old. Got him as a steal in the third round, I would say. Medium elite goaltender playing over in the United States. Gonna try to sneak a first. Value is pretty even. I'm going to see if that goes through. Trade is rejected, so I thought that first might be a bit too much. Maybe a second would work. A second would be nice, meaning we'd have at least 4 picks in the first 2 rounds. Trade is still rejected, so I don't think it's going to go through it for a second. Maybe a second for next year. And there you go. So Jesse Puljujarvi is a member of the team with a second round pick. There you go. I think I'm going to try something like this for the line. So right now we actually have Devin Shore moved up from the AHL there, 80 overall in the fourth line. He was doing pretty good in Laval. Lindholm, I'm going to try him in the fourth line. If it doesn't work out, he does have decent trade value. I mean, he's 85 overall. It's only making 4.8 for 1 year. Maybe I can move him at the deadline to get a couple more pieces, because I don't know if I want to have an 85 on the fourth line. Puljujarvi there on the third line with Wright and Gallagher. Domi, Wong, and Drouin, they have the +3. KK, Pacioretty, Caulfield. And then we got Romanov, Saracen, Mitte, Churchrin, Myers, and Anderson. And as for defense, we're looking at an in goal, of course, Demko, still an 85 overall. 19 save percentage, 258 goals against, so not bad at all. Going to go with this team for a few weeks. We have an 85 on the fourth line still instead of an 80. I mean, at the trade deadline, maybe if it's not going good, I can trade Lindholm for a couple of other pieces, and then have maybe 2 decent players instead of 1 very good. We'll see, but we win against the Blue Jackets after a loss against the Wild there. 2 firsts for Cole Caulfield. No, thank you, Colorado. Not even going to look at the rest of the offer there. So here's a trade offer from the Devils. They're the team we traded Shea Weber to. Jacob Vrana. See, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. So Grzelcyk there, Pitlick from the AHL. Elias Lindholm here. We only have him for 1 more year. He's not doing too good. Jacob Vrana there. He's half of the price. He's doing pretty good in New Jersey. There are 36 points in 52 games. If I could get something else for Lindholm, let's say Vrana and another piece, maybe that would help the team a bit more. Maybe we could add on our defense, because I think that's somewhere that we're lacking a bit. A guy like Tony D'Angelo or even a Ty Smith there, medium top 4, 82 at 23. He'd be really good on our bottom pairing. So maybe I'll have to move one of our defense and see what happens there. Mitte, they want him. Gonna go by rating just to show what we have right now. So Romanov, Saracen, we're not going to touch, as well as Turtrin, Anderson, Mitte, and Philip Myers. Maybe one of these three guys we could part ways with. Kind of want to keep Axel Anderson and Mitte. So I'm going to try to add something else here, see what I can do to make it work. So I'm going to try to give them a second round pick from the Stars here. Philip Myers and Elias Lindholm for Jacob Vrana and Ty Smith. 3 years left on a $2.6 million deal. 82 at 23 with top 4 potential. It could be really good for us. Trade is rejected. So I'm going to see maybe if I can throw in another pick for next year. Because we have a second. We only have a first and a second. No third for next year. So it might be a bit of a rough draft. Let's say a fourth if that's going to go through. Trade is rejected, unfortunately. I'm going to try to give them a bit more. Maybe give them a second and a third for this year. Trade is accepted. There you go. Ty Smith and Jacob Vrana, welcome to the team. All right, so after the trade, these are the lines. They're pretty well balanced. I like it the way they are. The top 6 hasn't changed. Gallagher, Wright, Puyarvi, Vrana, Dano, Shore for the bottom 6. And for defense, Churchrin and Tysman have a +5, making Tysman an 85, Churchrin an 88, Romanov 91, Surson 87. And in goal, we still have Primo and Demko. In our HL team, we have a couple of +3s for the defense, which is excellent. I'm just going to simulate a few games. I want to make sure that Demko is the starter after we end off those couple of games that we're playing. We actually won against the Hurricanes and the Caps back-to-back. We win the Blues 8-6. Wow, what a game. Then a first trade of the episode from the computer. Pretty big one. Josh Bailey in a second to the Sharks for Timo Meier, Ferlin, and Gorgiev. So a huge trade right there. Goaltender going on waivers. I'm going to say decline. We already have enough good goaltenders so far. Speaking of good goaltenders, Laval, 69 points, 32, 13, and 5. Very nice. So let's look at goaltending, and hopefully Samsonov is doing well. Up to a 78 overall. Things you'll absolutely love to see. 27, 9, and 4 with 4 shutouts. Very good numbers. I think this guy is going to be an 80 by the time the season is over. I don't know if Demko is going to last more than a year or two, guys. If Samsonov is ready, I'll trade Demko for assets. If he can even grow, we're in a fantastic position for goaltending. So we made the Ty Smith-Vrana deal. We made the Puyarvi deal. Barbashev and Merzlikins to Buffalo for a first and a prospect to the Blues. I think that was a pretty solid trade deadline. A prospect and a fourth for Arlor Shillington and a third to Buffalo from the Flames. Right, so I think we're not going to make another trade unless the computer comes up with something we just can't refuse. And that makes it 5 wins in a row. 5 wins in a row. 7 of our past 6 games. Dubé and Francouz to Colorado for a first, second, and Jeff Friand. So Francouz goes back to Colorado. Can we make it 6 wins in a row? We cannot. We lose against, I believe that was the Flames. Dylan Dubé. So the Avalanche just get him, and they want to flip him back to us. 84 at 25, 34 points in 61 games. Alexander Edler, who's older now, 37, and a first for Domi and Dano. I mean, that would actually... Dubé is pretty good. But the fact is we would lose out on 2 fourths and only get 1 roster player back. Don't think I'm going to make that deal. I need Dano primarily for defense and penalty killing. And Drouin is very good in offense. So I don't think I'm going to make a deal, like I said, unless a computer comes up with something I absolutely can't refuse. Just a few games ago, Gorgiev and Sheehan for Iafallo. So I'm just curious to see what Alexander Gorgiev's rating is. 82, medium starter at 28. Nothing too crazy there. Playing against the Flames, and then it will be at the trade deadline. And can we get a win? Alexander Ovechkin has been traded to the Buffalo Sabres along with Josh Bailey for a first and a couple of prospects. Ovechkin was actually with the Sharks, 81 overall, ends up going to Buffalo. Oh my goodness, that's a crazy trade. And the Sabres are second in the division. So Alexander Ovechkin is now a division rival. Well, never thought I'd say that in this franchise mode, but there we are. Pacioretty has 69 points, 38 goals at the trade deadline, leading the team. Caulfield has 34 goals, 61 points. Domi is a point per game. KK nearly a point per game. Drouin over 20 goals. Wong in his second year, 48 points. There you go. Romanoff, 47 and a plus 14. Varane, I want to see how well he did since he joined the team. 3 points in 11 games, but again, he's playing on one of the bottom lines, so it's to be expected. Jesse Puyarvi there, only 3 points. They're pretty much rentals, but they give us some depth, which is something we definitely need. Only 1 point for Ty Smith. The new additions are not doing well, but the team as a whole is playing well. They're winning. That is what I'm most worried about. As long as we win the games, 31 and 10 for Samsonov. Absolutely dominating the AHL. I'm going to be fine as long as we keep winning. Let's simulate the rest of the season. Still can't believe Alexander Ovechkin got traded, especially to the Sabres, but that's nothing compared to the Alex Ovechkin trade in my Atlantic Navigators custom team franchise mode, where Alex Ovechkin, as we beat the Red Wings 6-0, Alexander Ovechkin in that franchise mode got traded for Evgeny Malkin to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So imagine Penguins trading Malkin and Ovechkin being traded from the Caps. Like, that was just one of the craziest trades I've ever seen. So we beat the Sabres 6-2. We beat the Flyers 5-1. We beat the Wild 7-1. And we beat the Washington Capitals 11-1. And we're second in the division. So the Capitals no longer have Alex Ovechkin. And they're just absolutely falling apart. I'm going to go see if there's any notes of that night against the Capitals. I'm curious to see. Let's see here if there's anything noted. Dick Giuseppe, he got a hat trick for us in Laval, it says there. So there you go. Laval Rocket doing well. If there's any notes for the Habs against the Capitals. So Devin Shore had a hat trick. Fort Liner, Devin Shore, and Brendan Gallagher. So we got two guys that got a hat trick. And Shane Wright got 5 points. Wow, that's one of the best games I've ever seen the team play. There you go, 11-1. 2 hat tricks in the same game. And Shane Wright with 5 points. Really proving that he was the right choice in the draft. Alright, so here we are going to simulate the last couple of games before the last week. A couple of losses in a row against division rivals. 4 losses in a row. This is not the time where the team needs to fall apart. Going to simulate this game against the 50-20-8 Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh my goodness, 50 wins in a year. John Tavares scores on Demko, but we tie it up. Brendan Gallagher and Calvin Pickard. The shots are pretty much dead even, and Austin Matthews doing what Austin Matthews does best. Finds the back of the net. John Tavares scores, and they win 5-2. John Tavares with a hat trick. We're dropping some pretty crucial games. We're not at 90 points. We're just sitting close to a wild card. And the team behind us is the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're 5 points behind, so they could still definitely pass us. This is a must-win 4-point game. 3-0 after the first. Alright, I can breathe a little bit. Jonathan Drouin with back-to-back goals in 13 seconds nonetheless. And Trevor Wong scores on Vasilevsky. We can't get excited too much. Wait, Jonathan Drouin scored and Trevor Wong from the red line. Vasilevsky, are you okay? Period number 2, 3-1. Braden Point scores on Primo. And 7-3. There you go. Brendan Gallagher with 2. Domi and Cole Caulfield. A dominant win against the Tampa Bay Lightning. That was an absolute must-win for the team. We're 7 points ahead of the Lightning and the Bruins, I believe I see. So I'm going to check the playoff picture right now. So we're with only 3 games left. We're 7 points ahead of the Bruins and Lightning. And in the Metro, the Blue Jackets have 90. The Rangers have 89. So they have 3 games left. They could end up with 95 points. So we're not out of the woods yet. The Metro could still beat us. KK was actually leading the team in points. So again, every game is a must-win. Playing against the Philadelphia Flyers in the Metro Division. They're 45-28-6. They're near the top of the division, so they're not in the wild card, but we need every 2 points we can get. Period number 1, no score. Period number 2, 1-1. Puyarvi on Hart and Sanheim on Demko. I don't want to go out like I did last season, losing out by 2 points. And yes, Petty, Kotkaniemi, and Brendan Gallagher, back-to-back power play goals on Carter Hart. And that is going to be a convincing 4-1 win. Cole Caulfield scores again. Those were much needed 2 points. We're sitting at 94 points right now. Taking a quick look at the standings. So we have 94. As for the Metro, the Blue Jackets have 92. And the Rangers have 91. So again, they could still beat us. KK only has 18 goals, but he has 59 assists. He's the nicest guy around. He just feeds the puck to his teammates, Cole Caulfield and Max Pacioretty, and they're doing all of the scoring. Playing the Blackhawks and then the Red Wings. Playing in the United Center, not an easy place to play. And after 2-0, the young guys, Cole Caulfield and Jesperi Kotkaniemi, the top line showing up. 2-1. Anton Lundell scores and Thatcher Demko. Can we keep the lead here in the third? We need a insurance marker. I actually accidentally paused the game, I think. And 4-2, I ended up simming the whole thing. Lundell gets another goal. KK with 2 goals. And Alexander Romanov with the empty netter. Awesome. We're winning these absolutely crucial games. We needed to win for sure. So we've got a good chance to be in the playoffs. Going to simulate up to the last game of the year. 96 points. We could actually beat the Senators for third in the division. We could pass them with a win and a loss by Ottawa. Let's get those 2 points. Get out of here happy. Cole Caulfield. What else is new? Back-to-back goals for him. Bukestad on Demko. 3-1 Alexander Romanov. And we end up winning 4-2 Max Pacioretty. Wow, where it mattered most, the boys absolutely clutched up. 4 wins in a row, and we're third in the division. And that's how we'll end, guys. From before last in the division to number 3, 46-30-6. I'm so proud of the team, that way they rallied back. Couple of trades, that's all we needed to do. Kotkaniemi, 81 points in 82 games. Caulfield with 45 goals. Domi with 77 points. Pacioretty with 40. Trevor Wong with 72 points. 85 overall at 20. Drouin with 69 and 30 goals. Very nice. Romanov there with 63 plus 23. His rating has to go up. Shane Wright, 57 and 82. So both Wright and Trevor Wong's rating went up. Gallagher there, Verana. To see these guys, how well they did with the team. 7 points in 30 games. Not great. Puyarvi, 12 points in 33. So, I mean, it's okay. They did their job. They helped the team. The team collectively did very good. That's all I can ask for. Points come second. First, you want to get the wins. 32, 24, and 2 for Demko with 3 shutouts. A pretty good year for him. I don't see his rating going down. Maybe it'll go up. Speaking of ratings going up, Marcus Samsonov absolutely dominating, up to a 79 in Laval. That's fantastic. As for the team, 100 points in Laval. Oh my goodness, the Laval Rocket are on fire. So take a look through the entire NHL quickly for points and standings. So the Leafs won the division. They actually ended up with 160 points, 54 wins for the Presidents. Vancouver, Edmonton, Carolina there. Buffalo with Alex Ovechkin. Winnipeg, Montreal here, 7 in the league. Just ahead of the Senators, who ended up they ended up tied with points, but with 1 less win. So the last team to make the playoffs is going to be the Arizona Coyotes. No, the Dallas Stars. 87 points in the playoffs. And the Florida Panthers are last in the league. Washington, New Jersey, Nashville, Colorado. And we actually have Vegas' first round pick this year. So, all right, taking a quick look across the entire league for scoring, see where our guys ended up. Eichel, 55 goals, 103 points. Sagan there, Draisaitl and McDavid. Draisaitl, 96 overall, McDavid, 95 overall, unreal. Matthews there, 35 goals. Kucherov, Tarasenko, Stammer, McKinnon, Marner. Eric Holla with a fantastic year as well as Sebastian Aho. Zadina had a point per game there. Tavares, 41 goals. Wow. So there's Caulfield as well. Taking a look quickly at goals. Eichel and then Joakim Imanen. Low franchise, second overall pick for the New York Rangers. They're mocking 350 goal scorers total. McDavid there, 47 goals. Caulfield with 45. Taking a look at defenseman and Heiskanen, 75 points. Romanov, fourth in defenseman scoring for points. He was a plus 23. Morgan Riley, plus 51. Taking a quick look at goals, I want to see where Romanov ended up. And he leads the league in defensive. He leads all defensemen in goals. That was a fantastic year for Alexander Romanov. As for goaltending, Michael DiPietro there. He's an 83, but 43, 20, and 6 with 7 shutouts. Calvin Pickard as well. 80 overall, 41 and 16. The team is definitely helping him out. Then 35-year-old Mikko Koskinen at 82 overall. Ukko-Pekka Lehkonen, look at that with his dress clothes on. 86 overall, so highest rated goaltender so far. So it's definitely some lower rated goaltenders doing really well. Look at Henrik Lundqvist at 42, 85 overall. Gotta be kidding me. The guy just isn't going to stop. Anderson with the Rangers and Demko, Gibson and Rask. So what we're going to do in the next episode, we're going to go into the Stanley Cup playoffs. And then we'll be able, after that, in the following episode, we're going to go through every single team. Just look at all of the points. Just look at all of the lineups for the teams. Which star player moved. We see now Alexander Ovechkin went to Buffalo. So taking a look at rookies, Unila, Martins, Kolanos, Bria, Pinelli. Nothing too crazy. 51 points leading all rookies. And then for goaltenders here, got a few here. Tarasov. Philip Gustafson did really well in Ottawa. 36-23 with 4 shutouts as a rookie. So Alex Ovechkin is actually down to an 81 overall in Buffalo at 38. Still had 37 goals with the Sharks there. And I don't even know if he played in Buffalo because I didn't see him in their lineup. I'm going to have to take a quick look. I wonder if he's even playing the NHL or if they put him in the AHL, because if you look at the amount of points he had, it doesn't show that he had any points in Buffalo at all. He only played in 63 games. Injuries are off, so he should have played all 82 games. And if I go here if I go here to view lines for the Buffalo Sabres, he's nowhere to be found. I'm going to look at scratch. They actually have Alexander Ovechkin scratch. That is a joke. You cannot scratch Alex Ovechkin, who had 37 goals in 63 games. I mean, he had 36, he had 52 years ago. Looking at his shooting, his 5-star puck skills, 4.5, 80 speed. Buffalo Sabres have scratched Alexander Ovechkin after trading for him, and are not even playing him. That is ridiculous. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen the AI do. And speaking of Alex Ovechkin, we're playing the Buffalo Sabres in round number 1. If they don't play Alex Ovechkin in the Stanley Cup playoffs after trading for him, they do not even deserve a win. Look at that. We're going to play against the team that has Ovechkin and not even have to worry about him. Unless they bring him up during the playoffs. I don't know. Anyways, we'll find out in the next episode. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. We appreciate it. Subscribe if you are new. And don't miss out on any other content. Hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching. And as always, have a great day.